Well, hello. All right, today is going to be the wand versus the flat iron, because that video that I made is really old. And so I'm trying to make a newer one. So because I have changed and my hair length has changed. So we're gonna bring in that tutorial. So I have a 25mm wand and I have a hair straightener, AKA flat iron. So you can see the difference in the two and how you're gonna do them. So the way that I curl, I like to make sure that I'm adding volume to the hair. Isn't that what we all want? So let's break this baby out. Let's roll that beautiful bean footage.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Drop it.
All right, let's do this, shall we? Okay, so the curling wand, I'm gonna use mine curling wands from Lange and my flat iron from Lange. The mission is try and create good curls and see the difference between how you use a hair wand and how you use a flat iron, AKA straightener, whatever your verbiage is. What do you call yours? A straightener or flat iron? I'm flat iron all the way. All right, so this side we're gonna use the hair wand. Again, it's a 25mm that I'm gonna use. I have it set at 400 and I have this one set at 410. I'm usually between 390 and 410 depending, so I might even change. All right, so real quick, like what I do is, because I'm trying to create the volume, right? We want volume in the hair, last for days, those kind of curls. So I'm actually going to be going up over my head to curl, and we're gonna be curling backward. So up over the head, because that's how it gets it to the, as close to the root as possible. So we're just going to rock these suckers out and create that curl. So the last time I did this, I don't know, maybe we'll plug in a little blip of how short my hair was from back then. But my hair is definitely not the length that it is now, not even the same exact hair color that it is now. But everybody, I've gotten mixed emotions with whether people thought I should grow my hair out or keep it, or sorry, yeah, grow my hair out or keep it shorter. So let me know which one you think, which one you like. But I'm digging the longer, maybe for the fact that I've never got to be able to do my hair long. But oh my gosh, I don't know how to do my hair. I'm gonna be showing, I'll do some beginner tutorials on how to put your hair in a ponytail, because I don't know how. I've never had short hair. Or long hair. I've always had shorter hair, and I've always just never pulled it up. Ever, ever, never, never, ever. So this is typically how I would curl it. Again, you can curl it like this and just wrap it this way. Just watch your hands, because one way you can do it easy and one way you can't. But that's gonna be a way without volume. The other day I had somebody message me and they're like, when I curl my hair, it looks like a tent. I'm like, wait, so there's no volume on top, so you have all the volume down here, but if you were to do what I just showed you, you would have the volume throughout. Okay, this one we're going to do, and you'll actually, I just did a flat iron curl, loose curl tutorial, just barely, so you can see that too, but this one, and I teach how to do this curl, I call it the ballerina curl. That's just my skinny on it. But where you keep twirling and twirling and twirling the hair in order to get that curl, that's the difference too. So you'll notice that the curl is different. This one's gonna be a lot closer together, almost like a curling iron would. So, you know, and then this is more like that rope wrap that you get from the curling wand. Okay, so let's just finish this out really quick, because you can't see the back very easily. Remember, when you do the back though, you for sure want to keep your flat iron or your wand, you want to keep it in the upright position. So, oh, and real quick, like also, I am an affiliate for Lange. I don't care what products you use. I just started using Lange because their tools were so boss. And then I discovered that how much I loved their hair product as well. And I for sure have favorite hair products too. Just like anybody would with any line. Okay, I'll continue. I'll unwrap this and we'll get going on the next round. Okay, I'm sitting here working and Mitch is filming me looking like a dadgum grandma. Look what he did. So Mitch is my video camera guy, if you don't know. Thanks, Mitch. As if I need to feel older already. Good job. I just got him telling him my wrinkles are getting stronger. And he put me as Nanny Mcclellan on Instagram. All right, let's roll this out. So this is of course going to be my my rope wrap curl with my wand. So notice how my hair kind of twists within that. That's gonna give you that rope wrap, which gives you just such a fun curl. This is definitely something that you cannot get from a curling iron. You have to get it from the wand. Now look at that. Isn't that so pretty? I love it, it's gorgeous. It's so good. Okay, we'll do the next. Now, before I blow dry, I put my 3 favorite hair products from Lange in my hair. That's the Glaze Hair Lotion, the Whip Mousse, and the Salt and Sea Spray in that order. The Glaze Hair Lotion is for moisture, it's for volume, and for UV protection. The hair, or the Whip Mousse, is not a heavy mousse, and then that's for volume, right? And then the Salt and Sea Spray is for adding texture. So when you think about your hair, before you curl and you're like, my hair never holds a curl, what are you doing to your hair to help it so that it can hold a curl? Because those products that we put in our hair is to protect them, but if we put it too many soft curl, like to protect our hair, like too much, it can't curl and it can't hold a curl because we have nothing going on to protect it. You can use this heat shield or any heat shield that you want to use. You just spray it in your hair, you let it dry before it goes in, and then that helps protect your hair too. Or you can do something like this is called Posh. It has a heat protectant in it as well. That's gonna make the pieces be very, very piecey and very sleek too, while adding heat protection to it. Okay, so we're gonna come in here with the flat iron, and I'm just going to part this a little differently. Okay, and then I'm gonna come here, the ballerina movement. This is actually my bad side too, like the side that is 10 times harder. So we've got that ballerina curl going on there. And we continue on. And the slower you move through it, I mean, you don't want to move too slow, but the slower you move through it, the more, the stronger of a curl you're gonna get. See the difference with the two? So that's how I kind of decide what I'm doing with like what I want. Do I want a tighter curl or do I want a looser curl? What do I want? We're just gonna rock this baby out. And if it's starting to come out onto the side, just grab it and pull it back in. And if I have to redo it because I totally suck, then I will. But you can't redo flat iron curls. Good job, Joss. Very much, because that it's straightening your hair. So you want to be careful of that too. Just get it in there good the first time, right? Right. And I'm clearly not taking my own advice. Wow, good job. Okay, I'm gonna do the back and I'll come right back. Okay, we're gonna do this some more on this side. And you know what? I think I'm just gonna speed this up for your sake, because who wants to listen to my commentary for 20 minutes? So I'm gonna do one more round and then we're gonna get to that top section. And then with that top section, you'll be able to really see how things look. So I'm gonna do this round and I'll just speed it up. You can still see how I do it. And then I will come on back and chitty chat with you. All right, coming on back. We have got the last set left to go. I'm just putting that heat protectant in. And then this is all she wrote. So when you're at the top, you're gonna decide how you wanna part your hair, or depending on what you choose in the end, the part can make a huge difference with the volume that you have. So you can part it down the middle and then after the fact switch it over, which is gonna get you more volume on the top. But because we're showing this in a video where I am showing one side and one side, I'm gonna part it pretty dang close down that center. Okay, now, let's start this puppy out. I've got this top section right here. I'm gonna clean that up. Whenever I do my front, you'll see in past videos that I've done, I never start at the very top in the very front. I always start just a little bit further down, and it gives me that Farrah Fawcett goodness. She's so pretty. If you don't know who Farrah Fawcett is, let me show you. She's a babe. She was a babe. Gorgeous babe. Always will be a babe. Okay, so we're getting that volume starting about right here to just have it nice and sleek and gorgeous right in the front. And then all the other pieces, you can start that far down too if you'd like, depending on what you're wanting for your style. Or if you're trying to grab more volume, you can always go and get more. So I'm gonna start a little higher up and then give this the good little twist. And because it doesn't matter that next one down as much as it matters in that front one. So you can always see that I have my wand facing straight down all the time. And then let's make sure we get all these loose random hairs wrapped up in here doing their thing. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in and do the flat iron on this side, clean up that loose hair, always. Okay, and then the same thing goes for this side. Even though I'm not using the wand, I'm gonna go about that far down. Even if I always go that far down, no matter what. So you can see that they give you two different type curls, but they're both really cute and really pretty. I would also like to know, like, what's your opinion? Why do you think that, why have you stuck to one thing versus another? Do you use both, a hair wand and a straightener or flat iron? Do you use a curling iron? Why do you use a curling iron? Which one have you chosen? Why do you use that one? Or maybe you're someone who's watching this and you're trying to figure out if a wand is for you, or maybe using a hair wand or using a flat iron is super hard for you and you're trying to figure that out too. I would like to know what kind of audience we have watching this. So in the comment, will you write that out, what you are? Because that's gonna help me a ton too for the videos that I make and what I move ahead with, more so doing too, with what kind of content people are needing or looking for. That's gonna help me a lot. And if you haven't subscribed to this amazing channel, then do so. You can find on this page more about style. You can find I have a couple workout videos. If you want to see more workout videos, let me know. I just didn't know what people were digging. Hair videos and makeup. Saint makeup is my favorite. It's in the US and Canada. It's a cream makeup and oh my gosh, is it so good. It makes your skin look like skin and it's just pure goodness. Okay, that's for another day, but I'll share some of those videos too. So you'll see on this side, this is the flat iron side. And then you'll see on this side, this is the wand side. So this one is just going to be a lot more of a rope wrap, where this one's a flat wrap. So the rope wraps you can't get on a flat iron side, but you can do a flat wrap or a rope wrap on the curling wand side, depending on how you hold it. So you can wrap it really flat. I always start mine out more flat and then they turn into rope wraps. Okay, so the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to, I don't have the hair product right here that I want, but I actually am going to go through and just break up the curls. I usually like to have a little bit of product on my hands just so that my hands aren't so dry. So I'll put some of that Posh on my hands. Now I'm gonna go through and just break up my curls, and you can see when I do this. So I'll just break these ones up and then I'll come over to this side and break these ones up. I never leave them in the curls. I always break them up. so you can completely see a difference in the two with just how they're breaking up. Which side do you like? Left or right? This is my right. This is my left. Curling wand is on this side and the flat iron is on this side. And they're just totally different. So it's just based off of what you're kind of going for, and you can see. The other thing you can do if you want is to clean up these curls just a little bit more. Okay, so we just clean them up just a bit more. So I take my brush at an angle and I just have those ends coming in to the hair instead of both. And there we go. All right, so there is the difference in the two between a wand and a flat iron. Let me know which one is more for you, and let me know what you're here for what you like to see. You can comment that below. You can always subscribe to this channel, and you can always follow me on Facebook. That one is Fit Mission Makeup with Jocelyn Mcclellan on Facebook. And then on Instagram, Jocelyn.Mcclellan. We'll make sure and write this in, and it will be below too, where you can find me and find more tips and all of that. So every Tuesday and Thursday, I'm gonna be going live on Facebook, and then you have me on Instagram all the time for tips with makeup, hair, style, all the things. I also have a new boutique if you're in the United States that you can shop at too, jossbydesign.com. Have a good one. I hope you like this. We'll see you later.